I've ignored this for a couple of weeks, but recently I'm seeing more and more of this new trend emerging on YouTube called over 40s making YouTube videos. What the f is that about? So you don't die of boredom throughout this video, I am actually going to build something here and get my hands dirty because after all, that's what over 40s dads do, right? While I'm building this, I'm just trying to, I'm at a complete kind of loss why this thing is suddenly a thing, right? I'm over 40, I'm over 45, I'm 48, right? And for all of my life, I have never ever looked at my age as a number, as something that some people would almost class, oh, you're too old for that shit, like a disability almost. Never ever looked at it like that. And it's only when I seen these videos and I looked at some of these vids, not in full, and my first thought here is, look at this old dude. Some of them are bald, shaved head. Some of them have got the long, grey, scraggly beards and the big, scraggly hair. And I'm thinking, look at these old dudes. Shouldn't they be building IKEA furniture or some shit? And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, they should be off doing something because they're over 40. They're probably closer to 50. And I'm thinking, what? Why is this a thing? I'm going to say that quite a lot throughout this video. Why is this a thing, right? I just at a complete loss. It's almost like once you're over 40, that's it. You shouldn't be making vids. I've spent the majority of my 20, 30 years professionally making content, teaching people, shooting people, as in shooting talent, directing talent. And it's like, now, because I'm over 40, maybe there should be an over 50s thing, right? I'm going... So I've been thinking about this. Is there suddenly a whole load of 40 plus or 40 overs or over 40s suddenly going, my life is coming to an end, I need to start making vids? And then some dudes have capitalized on that cleverly, going, I'm over 42, I'll tell you how to make a video on the YouTubes. You get your camera and you put your hand... I'm thinking this is just crazy. Because if you look at other creators that are perceptionally younger creators, are they only capable of teaching somebody that's under 40? Is it only the over 40s who are suddenly aware of YouTube should only be taught by somebody that's over 40? I mean, shoot. I'm at a complete and utter loss at this IKEA thing because I'm missing a screw somewhere. Invariably, it's probably in the bag, but we'll find it. And for me, right, creativity is an art. If you're making a video about something, it's from your perspective, okay? It's from your perception, your perspective, your POV. And that's it. It shouldn't really matter if there's somebody... I'm really struggling here trying to think of a younger creator that's teaching folks in the camera space. You know, they're all in their late 20s, early 30s, like they're pushing on. I mean, I'm nearly dead, right? I'm just thinking, what are they doing that's not applicable to a 40-year-old, right? And don't get me wrong, okay? The dudes who have jumped on this trend, the over 40s, and they're gearing at them, I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. But I'm wondering why. I'm not having a go at them, not in the least, right? My hat is tipped, sirs and ladies. But I'm thinking, are younger people that unrelatable? Is it all fancy? I would love some input in the comments, right? And I'm guessing that maybe the over 40s, their brains aren't attuned. Squirrel. I'm just trying to think, are these creators just slowing things down? They're all, like, ultimately, if you're teaching cinematography, filmography, editing, tutorial, the end result is kind of the same. How you get there is kind of the same. The process is kind of the same, you know. I use Adobe Premiere Pro all day, every day. Is there going to be an over 40s Adobe? Don't you dare, Adobe. But is there going to be an over 40s edition of Premiere Pro? Is there going to be an over 50s edition of DaVinci Resolve? Don't you dare, Black Magic. I'm just really at a loss because for years people have always been fighting the whole ageist thing, and I'm not getting on a high horse, but you're too young, what would you know, you're only a kid, or you're too old, man, that's just, you no idea what's going on. It's irrelevant, right? It's really irrelevant that we've been fighting people being discriminated against their age because they're too old, they're too young, they're too black, they're too white, they're too fat, they're too thin, they're too this, they're too whatever. Why can't everybody just learn off of the people who want to teach? You know, is that a hard thing? You know, why can't they just learn off of me, who is 48, or why can't they learn off of, I don't know, McKinnon is pushing 40, I guess. Why can't they? And I'm really struggling here to think of young Teppo Hapuya, Matty Hapuya's brother. Like, Teppo, I think, is probably a little bit younger, but like in the late 20s, 30s. Why? This video is me going, why? What? It's pure old man shouts at the moon. Get off my sky! I'm at a loss for this. And there's a lot of views there. So there's a market there. There's a target audience there. But why are those over 40s feeling that they can't learn anywhere else? You know? And in the same breath, if you were under 40, if you're in your 20s and you come here, you're kind of looking at me going, oh yeah, this is an old man. This old man with his weird and his balding head, and I'm going to learn shit off of him. Really? With age comes experience, and age should know no boundaries. That's the theory anyway. And yeah, I would love to hear some feedback, just in the comments, about this IKEA build. I bought this trolley yesterday. No idea what I'm going to use it for. Maybe I can push my old ass around in it. See you in the next vid.